And we're back for another father-son podcast. You know what that means? You got your host, Jeff Dens, and your co-host, or real other host, Forrest Dens. How you doing today, bud?
Good. How about you?
Good. You know we're back at it, so you know something happened, right? What's going on?
Not much.
Mom's out of town, so we're back to the father-son podcast.
Yep.
Yeah! All day!
Maybe we can do some when Mom comes home if you don't have a fight signed again.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully September 15th. Cross our fingers. Oh, wait, what day is that?
My birthday?
Yeah, I take you a win for your birthday, buddy.
Yep.
Actually, it'd be probably a pretty shitty birthday, but I'm sorry.
A win?
No, well, yeah, but it's just a fight on it.
Oh. So how did your fight go? Just
Oh, you were there, so how did it go? You tell me.
pretty good. I think you did pretty good.
Why don't you give me a description? I got hit. Maybe I don't remember so good. Actually, I'm just gonna go let the dog in so he doesn't cry outside the door.
There wasn't too much stand up. You guys went to the cage a lot, and on the ground you were in a few chokes, but nobody chokes you, so you got out, and you elbowed him a lot, and that was basically the whole fight. There was like no stand up.
Yeah, not too much. I almost head kicked him.
Almost.
Yeah. I just had a bad day.
Not really.
Yeah.
You elbowed him so many times your elbow's swollen.
Yeah, it's pretty swollen. Showing Forrest my pretty swollen elbow. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and that'll be the podcast photo. Yeah, it was alright. I was a little scared for that fight. I was not in very good shape, and I didn't think I had 15 minutes in me, and I didn't. I really had about 8. And you get out what you put into it. I always say that, and you saw how much I put in. I didn't put in as much as I normally do, and you saw what happened. I gassed out for the first time ever. It was the first time I was ever tired in the cage or the ring. It's a scary feeling.
So how was the drive down to Salamanca?
It was okay. I was a little thirsty, a little bit hungry. I mean, I ate and drank that day, so I don't really have too much to complain about. But there's just something to it mentally when you know you can't have anything else. And, it just makes the drive a little bit not too fun. Because I was by myself, too. But I got that Mike Tyson book that we've been listening to about Cus D'Amato. And, man, I would recommend that book to anyone that's listening. It talks about how Mike Tyson didn't have very much confidence and how Cus D'Amato built up his confidence and some other people that didn't have confidence.
So far, that book's mostly been about Cus D'Amato.
The whole thing's about Cus D'Amato.
Oh.
It's about his impact on Mike Tyson, and it's Mike Tyson talking about Cus D'Amato.
Oh, so that's why there's so much about Cus D'Amato before Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And it's talking, about all his interactions through boxing history, really.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to send it to Solomon and tell him he's got to listen to it. It's good because Cus D'Amato does a lot of stuff that Saul is doing. But I think Saul will be very interested in hearing it.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else is going on? How's school?
Good.
What book are you reading?
Dragonlance.
Chronicles.
Chronicles 1.
Episode, version 1 or whatever. Book 1.
Volume 1.
Volume 1. What's going on so far in it?
I'm up. So basically, what happened is they went to the inn.
Hang on, real quick. For anyone that doesn't know, Dragonlance is a fantasy novel set in Dungeons and Dragons realm. I would say, right?
Yeah, I think it's actually a Dungeons and Dragons book.
Yeah, it's got wizards and warriors and dragons and stuff. It's a pretty solid read. I like that. I read it when I was a little kid, and now Forrest is reading it, but he's reading it for school.
Well. Yeah, I think after I'm done with this one, I'm gonna go and read the Chronicles 2, because I found that at the house too.
Yeah, I have them all, and the Legend series is good as well. So anyone that's listening that read those books has probably got some comments because they're all gonna like the series if they read it.
Did you read Legends?
Yeah, I read Legends. I read not every Dungeons and Dragons book. Every book I have in our library that's mine, I've read at least 2 or 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, every one of those books.
You've read Chronicles multiple times?
I read it so much it's falling apart. That's why we had to get you a new one.
Yeah. It was really falling apart. Part of the, book fell from, tore away from the binding.
I've probably read that book over 100 times.
Over 100 times?
Probably. I mean, I read it the first time I was 9 or 10. I'm 40. Every now and then I go back and read the whole 6-book series. I don't read the other ones because a lot of them, to be honest, weren't that good. But Chronicles is really good. Legends is really good, and a couple of the stories in Tales are really good. So
Tales of what?
it's just Tales of Dragonlance. It's a 3-book series called Tales. It's just a whole bunch of short stories. But the only ones that are good are the ones that are about the original cast of characters,
Like
like Tannis and Kitara and Tika,
Oh.
and Carmen and Raslan and all those
Is
guys.
are
That's
Gold
a lot.
Moon and Riverwind in it, or are they not included?
I can't say without ruining too much for you, but their children are because a lot of the Tales happens after Legends, and Legends happens way after Chronicles. So we're talking way in the future.
And they're human.
Yeah, and they're human. I mean, like way in the future. So
Yeah.
they're
They'd be old.
the kids are grown ups when Tales is going on.
Yeah, they'd be old and maybe dead because they're humans.
Yeah, they're humans.
But everybody else can live because they all live forever.
Yeah, really, Legends is just about certain couple characters from the book, so you don't really see too much of what happened to everyone else.
I think so far my favorite character is Tannis.
Yeah.
Or maybe Tasselhoff because he's funny.
Yeah, Tasselhoff is kind of funny. He's a little goofball.
You like Rasslin, right?
Yeah.
Why do you like Rasslin? I feel like he's kind of like the enemy.
He kind of is.
He's written as like the outcast.
I was kind of outcast in school, and I kind of really related to him, I think. I always felt like I was smarter than a lot of the other people around me. People didn't give me credit. And I always thought my mental toughness... I really like Rasslin because mental toughness was so much.
Yeah.
And as you develop into the character, and he goes through tests and trials, that really test him physically, you can see his willpower. And I've always liked characters with really strong willpower. That's the reason why I like Green Lantern as well.
He almost cast so many spells that he died already.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and while he's sort of not a good guy, he's still very loyal to his own personal code. And while I don't respect everyone as a bad person, when people have a code and they follow their own code, I really respect that. Whether I think it's right or wrong, I still really respect that.
The only person he's sort of loyal to that he would have to be loyal to for his entire life is Caramon.
Yeah, but that's his brother.
Yeah, his twin brother.
But if you were him, would you think about it this way? I mean, all the other characters are kind of scared of him and they're kind of prejudiced to him just because he has different colored skin and his eyeballs are different.
His eyeballs are hourglasses.
Right, but think about it. This is like it's a statement of racism. So
Almost.
no, it really is. It's an allegory of racism. Because he's got different colored skin and he looks at the world a little bit differently. They don't like him and they're scared of him. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, that's like every book has like morals and what they're being written about. There's more to it than just the story.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
you really when you read something, you need to dive into it. But it's not really fair because I read that book so many times.
Yeah.
By now, I like the story so much. I dove into it, and I like when you like something so much, you look at every part of it and you really analyze it and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, just think about that sometimes.
You said that I remind you of Sturm.
You do remind me of Sturm, the Knight.
I don't remind myself of Sturm very much.
Sturm is this guy that follows a rigid code of goodness.
Yeah.
And you have that code. I mean, you're not following rules that someone's written. Like Sturm is. Because Sturm is following whatever the code.
The night code.
Code of Solomon, right? Is that what it's called? Code of Solomon?
Salamnia.
Yeah,
whatever.
We're going to pronounce everything different because, we've never heard the audiobook. But he follows a certain code that's written down, kind of like the Bible, Because they're really represented to be paladins, like they have faith in a god and they're following the godly.
And Huma.
Yeah, and Huma, who's the greatest knight of all or whatever. Yeah. But they're following the words of Paladine, who is like their Jesus Christ. Right? So they're following the written laws. And while you don't do that, you follow your own laws. And, man, you're a really good kid and you have like your own little moral code. And you won't do anything that you think is wrong, which is awesome. Like today I was like, you want to rent Deadpool? And you're like, no.
I wouldn't even get a caffeine drink.
Yeah, you wouldn't even get a caffeine drink. I said you could drink anything. You didn't even get a caffeine drink. Right?
Yeah.
So you're a really good kid. You're following your rules, the rules that mom's instated. That I was bending a little bit, because for me, man, I'm just coming off the fight. I'm tired. I haven't really slept much.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of living life a little bit. I went and trained today on my broken stuff. And I felt great training, man. Like, I need to be on the mat a little bit. I don't know. It's just a good day. It's good to be with you doing this again. I miss you a little bit. I feel like kind of grown apart since mom's been home a little bit. I mean, it's not because mom's home, but just with the fight and everything.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked much.
You've been gone more.
Yeah. I mean, the last couple weeks were tough. I wasn't getting good training. To be honest with you, I was a little paranoid that the fight wasn't going to go well. Just wasn't in good shape. I wasn't getting good training. I couldn't get anyone to drill. But it all worked out, I would just like to say that was like the only time I've ever been scared to fight. And there was a reason for it, I wasn't in shape. And I've never gone into a fight like that before because I've always put in the work. And that's one thing I stress to you guys, the fight team, the kids club, and you especially. Yeah. If you prepare for something, you will not be scared of it. If you do everything you can do to be ready, you won't be scared. I've never been scared of a fight before because I've always been ready. Well, actually, I was scared for one other fight too. That Thai fight where I didn't even train for it at all. And because I was supposed to fight a guy that's like an actor, doesn't really train. And then at the end of it, I ended up fighting this Canadian killer kid. So I was a little scared when that fight started too. But it was only 6 minutes. It wasn't 15. So it was a little bit less scary. Like it was 6 minutes with big pads on. I'm not like really too scared of it, But that was the only other time I wasn't confident in myself. But this time I was literally scared. I was scared to walk out to the cage even. Not that I was scared of him, but I mean just scared because I knew he was going to push the pace. And if I didn't finish him in the first round, it was going to be a long, tough fight. Yeah, and it was a long, tough fight. That's third round. It. Go ahead.
But you won it.
Yeah, I don't think I won it. I really don't. I understand why that guy was upset. I would be upset too, but I don't think he won it either.
You think it was a draw?
I think it was a draw. I think I did way more damage than him in the first round, right? He got me down a couple of times. I got up. This is me without watching the fight yet, so I might change my mind in this because when I watch the fight, when you're in it, it's different than actually seeing it. Yeah. But I think I landed probably 50 or 60 elbows on his head in the first round. And he landed 2 straight punches on me. I landed a couple on the feet on him. I don't even think I landed a kick on him in the first round because he pushed me up against the cage. I elbowed the bejeebuses out of him. I hurt my elbow pretty good elbowing him so much. So I thought I won the first round. It was a really close round because he took me down a couple times, did no damage, I got up. Right? He didn't establish any positions on me. But he did hold me against the fence. But I outstruck him probably 25-1. Second round, I thought I didn't dominate the round, but I really pushed the pace. I beat him up. The only time I was a little in trouble, I let him up. My corner told me to let him up, and I let him up. And looking back, I probably should have just stayed on top. I could have conserved a little bit more energy. But my corner didn't know how tired I was, so I let him up. And I ended up on his back anyway, so it didn't really turn out that bad. But I think I could have had probably maybe a 10-8 round if I would have stayed on top. Because I didn't feel like his guard was that good. Watching it, I was worried about his leg locks. But, dude, when I was in his guard, dude, he felt like a little bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't have a good guard. Like Minhouse has a good guard, right? Minjitsu at Death Camp, Minjitsu's got a good guard. And Antonio's got a good guard. Coach Matt Flores has an excellent guard, There's pretty good guys at the academy that have great guards, you know what I mean? This guy didn't have a good guard. Before the fight, I was worried about leg locks. I wasn't worried about leg lock once I felt him on the ground. Third round, dude, he was on my back the whole time. He had to choke like for 3 minutes, but dude, he's not gonna tap me with no choke.
Nobody chokes.
His back control sucked too. He wasn't even really squeezing with his He had the figure 4 body lock, but he wasn't really squeezing with it. He was just holding it.
He was just holding the body triangle?
Yeah, the body triangle, there wasn't really a lot of pressure. If there was more pressure, I probably would have been forced to escape or turn over. But he wasn't even trying to finish me, I don't think. He wasn't squeezing that hard on a choke either.
He might have just, not had enough.
Yeah, I think he was just holding me. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to fight too much because I didn't want to end up in half guard where I had to really work. Because I was exhausted. My arms were really heavy. My legs were. I wasn't breathing hard, but I wasn't in shape.
Everything was heavy.
Everything was heavy. It was hard to move. My mind wasn't working right. Right at the end when I got back to full guard, I could have done that right off the bat. When I turned over, I gave him my back. I got half guard. I got back to full guard. I could have done that at any point, but I didn't want him to really start punching me and me really have to work. I didn't want to go back on the feet. I didn't want to give him another takedown. I broke mentally, you know. He broke me. And that's tough to watch. So I thought he won that round 10-8. So in my mind, I scored a draw, which would suck for everybody because no one would get paid. I'm more than happy to take the win. Don't get me wrong. And then I just like to apologize to everybody for my antics after the fight. There's no reason for me to get mad and push him, no matter what he said. Right? I try and be a role model for everybody, and I try and lead by example. And I feel failed my gym and my team there. Even though everyone says it's cool, I would do it too, but it's not cool, really. You know, like you can't expect something out of people that you're not willing to put in yourself. And I lost my cool there, and I shouldn't have. Although he did say he won every round. I was like, F you then. We can do this all over again right now. And I pushed him, and he was kind of rude, and he flipped off the crowd, and he freaked out and yelled at the commission and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I was okay, but, man, there's no reason for me to do that, you know. I won the fight. I was lucky I won the fight. I didn't need to be mad. If I was him, I would have probably been upset too. Yeah. But it is what it is, you know. Yeah. So all my fans out there that are listening to this, I apologize. I'm sure I'll say it again in Caveman's Corner podcast and review. And I'll say it again when I'm on Mr. Swoboda's podcast. But I apologize. Anything else?
No, I think that's a good spot to end it on.
Yeah, I think so too. I love you, man.
Love you too.
I miss you. You good with everything?
Yep.
How did your project turn out?
Which one?
The one that you glued all the stuff on.
Good. I got lots of glue on my hands, but I got it all off.
Dude, I was out shopping for that stuff for like 3 hours yesterday. I could barely walk. All right, let's get out of here, dude. I'm tired. Yeah. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.